to my channel. I'm Lori, and welcome to the Chatty Bookworm. Today we're going to talk about books that I'm hoping to read in March. I'm going to talk about the three, well actually technically I'm in the middle of like 4 books I think, but one of them I'm still debating on. So yeah, but let's talk about the 3 that I'm in the middle of right this minute. I am in the middle of Hooked by Emily McIntosh. So if I don't finish this one is going to roll over to next month. This one is Captain Hook and Wendy. Is her name right, Wendy? I think it's Wendy. Yeah, Wendy. And he wants revenge on Wendy's dad, which is Peter Pan, and he wants to use her to get to him. That's all you guys need to know. It isn't a retelling, she says right here. I'll read it to you. Let me find where she says it. So Hook is a dark contemporary romance. It is an adult fractured fairy tale. It is not fantasy or a literary retelling. The main character is a villain. If you're looking for a safe read with redemption and a bad guy turned into a hero, you will not find it in these pages. And there's explicit sex scenes, yeah. So, yeah. So far, I'm really liking it. I just haven't been able to pick it back up. So I might try to read that before the end of the month. But there's a couple books in this pile that I really want to read that I haven't started yet. So we'll talk about. I'm also started The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. It's the first book in the Dreamland Billionaire series. And this one is Rowan and I forget the girl's name. Zara. And his grandfather left each of the guys something that they have to do in order to, like, I guess, get their inheritance or whatever you want to say. Or or a part of the company to stay in the company or something. I can't remember exactly. And Zara thinks she's gonna get fired because she was drunk and she did like a proposal, something like type thing, and it was not in favor of the company, I guess you could say. And instead he promotes her to do that job. I think that's what it is. And they don't like each other at first. But of course, it's going to go from hate to love, and he's hiding something, or I don't know, like a fake name or something. I don't know. It said something about an alias in here, so. But I'm on page 64 in that, and I really want to read that and then buy the next book, which is one of the other brothers. And I'm also just barely started The Kindred by Alicia, how you say it, Dow? Yeah. So, might be other books that I'm going to want to read as well that I didn't grab because they're out in my book room and I have to look for them. So, these are just some that could happen. I don't mean I'm going to read them. You guys know me. Like this month, you guys will see if I decide to do a wrap-up that I did a lot of rereads this month. Half of what I read was rereads. I just have been in the mood for rereads. And you're going to see a couple of books in here that I want to reread. And I'm doing it weird, so pay attention. So just be prepared. But this one is really good, even though I just really started it. I'm on page 78. And just say that he gets accused of killing somebody, and she's what is called his kindred. They're kindreds or something like that, and that's who she is. And he knows that they will go after her to get to him. So he goes and saves her. And then when they're getting away, the spacecraft or whatever you want to say that they're on crashes. And they wind up going to Earth. So there's more to it than that, but yeah. I was going to say, this is kind of long, so just be prepared that this might be a long video. If you want to, you could pause the video, go get you something to drink. I have my Starlight limited edition Coca-Cola space flavored. And I got a water over there in case I get thirsty that I need the water. So I'm set. Okay. March, of course, is middle grade March. Yeah, middle grade March. I'm not going to like do the prompts or anything like that, but I do have some books. This has been on my pile this whole year, and I still haven't started it. I want to reread the first set in the Olympians series, whatever you want to call it. So I want to read the first one, The Lightning Thief by Rereads. So yeah, and annotate it because I've read it before, but I didn't annotate it because it was my son's copy. I was gonna say my brother. My brother don't even read, but my son's copies, so I couldn't annotate them. So I got the first set in a box set when they were doing that buy 3 get 1 for free sale on Amazon that they do. I got the whole box set for this first one. So yeah, so I would like to finally in March actually read this and get it off of the TBR because it's been in here since like December or January that I said I've been wanting to reread it and annotate it, and still hasn't happened. I got The Mystery of Black Howell Lane by Julie Noble. I think this is the first one. Yeah. It says, Beware, the Order of Black Howell Lane. I'm not going to really go too much into this, but I think I have the second book too, The Secret of Whitestone Gate. So if I like this one, and if I had time, I might read the second one as well. But it's just going to be a mystery. And it's going to be a school. I mean, she arrives at a school, and she finds a strange symbol from the medallion that's etched into the walls and books. And it leads them on, her and her friends, on an adventure for the Wellsworth Secret Society, the Order of Black Howell Lane. It says Emma can't help but think that the Order has something to do with her dad's disappearance, and that they may be more than just dark secrets in the halls of Wellsworth. It sounds like it's going to be fun. Then we got the second book in Arua Shaw and the End of Time. I really should reread Arua Shaw, the first one, because I don't remember anything that happens. But I have the first 4. I don't know how many books are out. I'm not sure, but I got the first 4. But, yeah, we'll talk about the second one. So, in the first one, she, like, told a tall tale, and she accidentally released this genie, and time stopped, and she was the only one that was in her household that could move around and stuff, and she goes on an adventure, and she meets some people, and now they're going to continue on the adventure. I know I butchered that, but like I said, I don't want to be here all day. Oh, and that's by Rashi Chastney. How do you say her name? I can never say it. This one I was going to read and still haven't read it. I was going to read it during, I forget which one it was, but Melanie and them they do their different things. And I was going to do it for that one because it was their book thing for last time they did their readathon that's coming month, that I need to do figure out what I'm reading for. But this one is One Wilder Lore, The Accidental Apprentice by Amanda Foody. It says, the people of Dalshire, something like that, didn't like laziness. Naps were expressly forbidden. They hated visitors. Visitors could mean tax collectors, circus performers, or even worse, lore keepers. The only thing that people of Share loved were whirls, but they only had one rule about the woods: never, ever, ever stray inside, because the woods would trick you if you let it, leading you too deep within to find your way out. And deeper in the woods lurked the beast. Sounds like it'd be fun. Look at this cover. You guys know green is my favorite color. So beautiful. And then I don't even know what this one's about. The Dragon Warrior? I hope this ain't like a I hope this is like the first one and not like other ones. But this one says, inspired by Chinese mythology, this action-packed middle-grade fantasy debut follows an outcast on a quest to prove herself, perfect for fans of Arua Shaw and The End of Time, which I'm reading the second one, and The Serpent Secret. It says, as a member of the Jade Society, 12-year-old Farhan Liu dreams of honoring her family and the gods by becoming a warrior. But the society has treated Farhan and her brother Alex as outsiders ever since their father disappeared years ago, forcing them to train in secret. I'd love, before we continue on, I just love this cover. Isn't that cool? Okay. Then during an errand into San Francisco, Farhan stumbles into a battle with a demon and helps defeat it. And soon it's revealed that she just might be the fabled Haven Breaker, the Jade Emperor's warrior meant to command an army of dragons to defeat the demons. That is, if she can prove her worth and find the island of the immortals before the Lunar New Year. When Alex and other unlikely allies at her side, allies at her side, Farhan sets off on a daring quest across Chinatown. But becoming the Heaven Breaker will require more sacrifices than she first realized. What will Farhan be willing to give up to claim her destiny? It sounds like it's going to be really good. This is by Kate Cho? I'm not sure. So those are some that I might read during middle grade March. I got more books, believe me. I got 2 more piles. And then I have some books that aren't even here yet. Like I want to read, in the middle of March, Onley James has a 5th book in the Necessary Evil series, which is Felix, Avi, how do you say his name, and Felix story. And I'm so excited because I'm a member of hers, and I got to read some of the chapters already, and oh my gosh! Woo! I'm loving it already. So I definitely want to read that. And also Tuesday, All the Rage, or All My Rage by Saba Tahara comes out. I want to read that. If my friend can, me and my friend are going to buddy read it. Okay, let's get back to some of the books that I have. Oh, brother. Gosh, sorry, you guys. Let me find... Now, this is weird, the way I want to do this. So, I want to reread 2 of Sarah J. Maas books. I want to reread because I've only read it once, and I forgot half of what happened. I mean, I could just read the tabs, but most of it's tabs, so why just not finish it, right? Read the whole thing, I mean. So, I want to reread A Court of Silver Flames. I was going to wait and start from the very beginning, The Throne of Glass, and work my way to A Court of Silver Flames, and then the last 2, reread Crescent City, both of those again. But I'm doing it a little weird. I'm going to be reading this baby first, because, like I said, I cannot remember half of what happens in this. This is Nesta and Cassian's story. I just know I loved it, and I just want to reread it and just pick up on things that I missed the first time I read it, because I was hearing people talk about the book recently, and I'm like, I don't remember this part. So, yeah, I want to reread it. Oh boy, that thing's heavy. And then I also want to reread Throne of Glass. I already started my reread, but then I decided, like I said, because I decided that I wanted to reread Court of Silver Flames first. So after I finish A Court of Silver Flames, I think I'm going to start reading that today. But after I finish that, then I'm going to go right into my reread of the Throne of Glass series. So I'm going to read, I don't know if I'm going to read just this in March, these 2. And then every month after that, just read, 1 at a time until I'm done. Or if I'm going to read 2 a month. I haven't decided yet, so we'll figure it out later. And then for my friend Drew, him and his friend Charlie. They run a Queer Reads book club on Instagram, and for March we're reading Across a Field of Starlight by Blue Del Quinta, something like that. Look at this. I'm so excited. This looks like it's gonna be so good. Like, look at these. It says the stars can connect us. It says Lou and Fasten, something like that, are from different worlds and separate solar systems, but there's something that keeps them in each other's orbit, something they don't want to let go of. When the war of Fasten, something like that, world invades Lou's peaceful home, they find themselves at the forefront of a battle that, a battle they hope would never happen. They finally have a chance to be together, but at what cost? I know there's like a lot of like representation in here. I just don't remember what the different ones are. But it just sounds like it's going to be really good. It says, to those who know a better world is possible in solidarity. But I can't remember what type, like if it's non-binary. I'm not sure. I just know there's different, like, I think there's going to be different, you know what I said, different types of representation. I'm not really sure. But I know there's at least some in here. Pretty sure one of them's trans, but I'm not positive, so don't hold me to that, and I'm sorry if I'm wrong. We got Icebreaker by A.L. Garzido, something like that, Gazidi. I think I was supposed to read this month, but I just didn't. Like I said, I just been in the mood for reread. So this one is it's a Mel romance, of course. I think it's Mel, right? Says this is a story about falling in love, finding your team on and off the ice, and choosing your own path. So I'm not sure what rep it has in here. If it's just Mel rep. Sorry, rep. I cannot talk today. There's some trigger warnings in here, so yeah, just be warned that there's gonna be trigger warnings. But yeah, they're like ice hockey or something like that, and they're enemies, so it's enemies to lovers. Sounds like it's gonna be so good. I have a lot of like rep on here in March. I was gonna save some of these for June, you know, for Pride, but there's so many good ones still coming out that I'll just find some of those if I get to all these in March, which I doubt. I got I'm So Not Over You by Cosco. I'm not sure if that's how you say the first name, Jackson. This is, they broke up, and then it's fake dating. They broke up. The one guy broke up with the other guy, of course, and then the guy that broke up with him needs him to pretend like they're still together, because I guess he didn't tell his family. So it's supposed to be like a couple of day thing that he agreed to, and it turns into more for some certain reason. So yeah, sounds like it's gonna be fun. And I read the first 20 pages, 30 pages to get a feel for it, and I was really liking what I read so far. Let me grab this one next. Then we got The Alpha's Son by Penny Jessup. I'm hoping to get to this for sure. Like, the two out of the ones, of course, I definitely want to read Across a Field of Starlight, and probably this one is my second most that I really want to read. It says, May the moon gods light the path between souls. It says Max Remus couldn't care less about finding his mate, unlike the rest of his fate-obsessed pack. He totally prefers hanging with his besties, eating his dad's steak sandwich, and drawing in his trusty sketchbook. But all of this is about to change at the Blue Moon Festival, a summer camp where elite pack wolves go to find their mates. Their festival is a rite of passage for a teen werewolf, and this year's event will be one to howl home about. The elf's son, Apollo, is attending for the first time when Max finds himself unexpectedly drawn to this ridiculously handsome but totally jerk-face heir. He is forced to grapple with the unexpected feelings clawing at his heart. If Max rejects his destiny, will fate's bark be worse than its bite? It sounds like it's gonna be so fun. I love the cover. I don't know why I love the cover. Oh, I forgot. I also want to read the second book in the Green Creek series by T.J. Klune. I didn't grab it, and I can't think of what the second one's called, but I want to read that. I started it and never finished it, but I'm going to be reading that during Melanie, Clint, and again, Kaylani's ReadATHON. That I think it's the 20th to the 27th of March. Yeah. But Clint said if we wanted to, like, we could do the bingo board all month, but I don't know what's on the bingo board yet, so I don't know what's going to fit in here. If any of these will fit, so I'll have to see what I can fit. So I might just read whatever I can fit onto the bingo from these books. So we'll see. And then I have, oh, this is long. I'm sorry, you guys. I have The High Mountain Court by A.K. Melford. This one is witches and fays, and they need her help. She's a witch. They're a fae. They're fays, and they need her help because of a war that's getting ready to take place, I think, or gonna take place, or might take place, whatever. So yeah. But I got this from my girl Vanessa. Thank you again, Vanessa. I can't wait to read it. Okay, we're almost done, you guys. Let me grab my pile, because one of this is like all three in the series. So, oh boy, we're almost done. I promise. Okay, we got the second book in the Never After series by Emily McIntosh, which is Scarred. This is Car, from Lion King. And the girl's supposed to marry his brother, and she's fallen for him instead. That's all I know. That's all I want to know. Like, I'm so excited to read this. And then I definitely will be reading this for the readathon that I was saying, because I know one of the things is to read the different hosts' favorite books. Like one of their favorite books. And I know. Kaylani loves this series. So I got the first book in the Madison Kate series called Hate by Tate James. I just know that she's like somewhere that she shouldn't be, and she gets in trouble for something that she didn't do, and her dad sends her away for a year, and then when she comes back, one of the guys that she thinks is responsible, his mom is dating her dad, so he's living there, and she wants to get revenge on him and his pack, or his friends, his other friends that were all together that night, and plus she's got a stalker that's after her, so it just sounds like it's gonna be good. But did these guys really, were these guys the ones that set her up? I don't know. I guess I will have to read it and find out, but Kaylani, I'm gonna be reading it in March. And then we got the 3 books in the Ravenhood series by Kate Stewart. Flock, which is the first one. Exodus, how you say it, which is the second one. And The Finish Line, which is the third one. I don't know too much about this, so let's read it. It says, can you keep a secret? I grew up sick. Let me clarify. Oh, before I finish, I know this is like a modern day Robin Hood retelling. I think that's what they were saying. Okay, let's start over. I grew up sick. Let me clarify. I grew up believing that real love stories include a martyrth of demand or demands great sacrifice to be worthy. Because of that, I believe it. Because I made myself believe it, and I bred, B-R-E-D, the most Masochic, I don't know how you say this, M-A-S-O-C-H-I-S-T-I-C of romantic hearts, which result in my illness. When I lived the story, my own twisted fairy tale, it was unbeknownst to me at the time because I was young and naive. I gave in to temptation and fed the beating beast, which grew thirstier with every slash, every strike, every blow. Triple Falls wasn't at all what it seemed, nor were the men that swept me under their wing. But in order to keep them, I had to be in on their secrets that cost us everything to keep. This is the novelty of fiction versus reality. You can't relive your own love story. You can't relive your own love story because by the time you realize you're living it, it's over. At least that's what the case for me and the men I trusted my foolish heart to. Looking back, I'm convinced I willed my story into existence due to my illness, and all were punished. I know that book 2, Exodus, is very sad. I don't know why it's sad, but I know people cry, so I need to know. So I need to read this one so I can be in the know on why people cry. One more, you guys. I'm sorry this is freaking long. And Don't Cry for Me by Daniel Black. I wanted to get to it this month. I really wanted to do good this month and read a lot of books by Black authors, but like I told you guys, I tried reading so many books, and every time I tried to read a new book, I just went into wanting to reread. I mean, to reread instead of to read a book. Do you ever get like that, where you have like plans and you really want to do it, and then you do what I did? Because that's what happened. I just was really in a reread month mood. So, yeah. But this one looks so good. Like I guess him and his son don't get along for some reason, and the dad's dying, and he like writes notes to his son on his deathbed to try to make amends. I think it has something to do with his son being gay. Is why they don't get along. I'm not really sure, but it sounds like it's going to be good, but so is sad. Like, I kind of want to, like, maybe start it now and hopefully finish it for, before the end of the month. I don't know, you guys. Like, I kind of want to save it for next month, but I kind of want to read it now. But I'm in the middle of those 3 books, so I don't know. But anyways, we will see if I read it now. If I do, you guys will see it if I do a wrap-up. And that is it. Those are a lot of books. Let me know what books you are planning on reading. Like I said, some of these are probably going to change. You guys know me, my mood. And plus, I'm going to look at the, more at the bingo board, whatever you want to call it. Tic-tac board, whatever you want to call it. Blackout board, whatever. For that readathon. Spring into, what is it called? Spring into spring? I don't know. If I remember, I'll put the video down. But you guys should know it's season-a-thon. That's all I know. Something spring into season-a-thon? I don't know. I'm so bad at remembering names for readathons. But yeah, let me know what you plan on reading. And have you read any of these? If so, what did you think about them? And yes, I'm going to let you guys go because this is almost 30 minutes. And I hope you guys all have a good day. And I hope you guys all have a good reading, that you guys had a good reading month this month. And that you have a good reading month in March. Remember, DNFing, you guys, is your friend. Don't be afraid to DNF. And talk to me down in the comments. And leave a smiley face because I'm just happy today. So leave a smiley face down in the comments. And
did you get ready in the dark or something? 'Cause you look like a beautiful nightmare.